Sooner, everybody. My name's Harry James. The tweener game between Texas Tech and Texas in Dallas is a game that's basically going to be played, another road game, this one in Lawrence against the Jayhawks of Kansas. Now, it's not a basketball game, so I'm not too worried, but it is right smack dab in the middle and right before Texas. And if the guys aren't disciplined, if they're not head set on winning the championship, this could be a trap game, right? Maybe? Well, maybe not, but with the coach that they have now, it could be their coach, the Mad Hatter, Les Miles. All right, guys, we'll preview the Kansas Jayhawks next. Boomer Sooner 1982. Don't go away! Boomer Sooner, everybody. My name's Harry James. Welcome back to the preview for the Kansas Jayhawks from Lawrence, Kansas. That's where they're from, is Lawrence, Kansas. Their home field is the David Booth Kansas Memorial Stadium. They're in Lawrence. Overall, the Jayhawks last year 3-9 and 1-8 in the Big 12. That is 10th in the league, last place in the conference. Their best win last year was against the Horned Frogs of TCU. Got that win in Lawrence by a PAT, 27-26. But their head coach, then David Beatty, is no longer in Lawrence. And the keys to the Jayhawk Birds now belongs to Les Miles. Yes, that Les Miles. Making his name in this conference with Oklahoma State, and later making his big-time name with the Tigers of LSU. Now, at Oklahoma State and in Baton Rouge, he had talent, and that's one thing that they don't necessarily have a lot of in Lawrence, but not to say they don't have any at all, like passing the ball for them this year, Peyton Bender, number 7, Peyton Bender, passed for 1,834 yards last year to go with 13 touches, just 3 interceptions. His longest pass of the year, 65 yards, and he passed for 172.18 yards last year as the quarterback for the Jayhawks. While rushing the ball, all of it belonged to Puka. It was all about the Puka last year. Sooner fans know all about this kid, Puka Williams. He wears numero uno. He had 161 carries at the end of last season to go with 1,184 yards on the ground, 72 touchdowns on the ground, or at least his longest run of the year. 70 yards. His average last year was right at 102.27 yards per ball game on the ground. Also, Khalil Herbert, he wears number 10. He had 113 carries last year to go with 530 yards on the ground, 8 touchdowns. His longest run was 23 yards, and he averaged 41.58 yards on the ground per ball game last year for the Jayhawks of Kansas. Well, if you're going to pass for 1,000 yards as a Jayhawk, you better have some pretty good receivers or you're going to be just dead in the mud, right? Well, that's true, and they do have a lot of returning seniors coming back. Stephon Robinson Jr., number 5, is a returning receiver for the Jayhawks, as is number one, Puka Williams. the leading rusher, returning receiver coming back from last year for the Jayhawks. Stephon Robinson at the end, number 5, Stephon Robinson, 28 catches, 330 yards in the air with the touchdown. His longest catch of the night last season, 34 was long, and averaged 27.5 yards receiving per ball game last year for the Jayhawks of Kansas. While the number 2 leading receiver is also the number 1 leading rusher, number 1, Puka Williams. At the end of the year, as far as the receivers concerned, 33 receptions, 289 yards in the air, 2 touchdowns. His longest catch, 28 yards, and he averaged 26.27 yards per ball game in the air receiving last year for the Jayhawks of Kansas. Well, that's offense. You got to have at least some defense to kind of keep them keep them honest in the Big 12, and they do. They have some pretty good receivers, defenders coming back. Bryson Trendian, he wears number 1, and number 11, Mike Lee, both coming back. We'll start with numero uno, Bryce Trendian, 147 tackles by the end of last year, 2 forced fumbles, 0 fumbles recovered, and a pick for the safety. Also, number 1, Mike Lee, 11 Mike Lee, 68 tackles last year, 3 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovered, and an interception from the safety position last year for the Jayhawks of Kansas. Helping Kansas straighten things out in the football field will be, as we talked about, Les Miles, a graduate from Michigan, all the way back in 1975. He's had 2 other jobs in major college football. He coached the Oklahoma State Cowboys from 2001 to 2004 with Oklahoma State Cowboys. Later accepted the position with the LSU Benghaling Tigers and was with the Benghaling Tigers of LSU from 2005 to 2016 for 11 years. And this year, 2019, has accepted a position with the Jayhawks of Kansas. Overall games for Les Miles, 197 games with a combined record of 142-55. That's a 72.1% winning clip, meaning that he went to a lot more bowls than he didn't go to. In fact, all but 2 is what he missed. 9-6 in 15 appearances. 9-6, 60%. 17 seasons, though, for coaching. 15 bowls, only missed 2 of them. Missed 2016 was the second one that he missed because he was fired from LSU before that. And, of course, way before that, all the way back in our season, all the way back when he beat us at Owen Field in 2001, they didn't go to a bowl that year. In fact, their bowl was probably that win over Oklahoma. Division titles for the Jayhawks in the Big 12 era, just 1. Got one in 2007 with a division title. The overall official division title and conference appearance went to Missouri, both tied with an even record with just 1 loss in conference play. So the conference titles officially, as far as Kansas is concerned, is non-applicable. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Coming up next week, the Longhorns of Texas. Hook 'em down, baby. No, Eddie, not up, down, way, way down. We'll preview the Longhorns, or the Shorthorns, if you will, of Texas. We'll do that next week. But this week, it was the Kansas preview. Thanks for watching. You can watch all these videos. Plus, subscribe to my YouTube cast, all of it. Boomer Sooner 1982 on the YouTube. Also on Twitter, at Hype Man Harry. They're up on that. Also on my Facebook account, Harry James Taylor. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This has been the Kansas preview. And, well, Boomer Sooner everybody. I'm out of here. Catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.